Quest Audiobooks presents an unabridged recording of The Invite by J Mcdine, narrated by Antonia Beamish, Deirdra Whelan, Helen Phillips, and Andy Cresswell. Chapter 1. Tara. Tuesday, the 19th of July. Mary Brennan isn't breathing. I pick up her papery wrist for the second time in as many minutes and hold my own breath as I feel for a pulse. Nothing. I turn slowly on my heels, unsure what to do. Press the emergency bleeper thing by the side of her bed, yell for the crash team, step aside as they rush in, place pads on her chest and shock her heart's rhythm back to normal like they do on the telly. I feel for a pulse again, hoping for third time lucky. Mary's wrist is tiny, as narrow as a child's, and I can easily circle my hand around it. I press gently, trying not to stare at her veins, which are like inked tattoos under her translucent skin. She came in yesterday with a shattered femur. "Tripped over my own feet," she told me as I attempted to attach the blood pressure monitor cuff to her stick-like upper arm. "Sorry," I said, as I fumbled with the Velcro fastening. "It's my first day." "No need to apologize, my lovely. You nurses do a wonderful job." "Oh, I'm not a nurse. I'm a healthcare assistant. We're the ones in light green. The nurses wear blue." I checked the monitor, then released the cuff. 150/90, which is slightly elevated, I said, trying to remember what one of the staff nurses told me earlier, which is hardly surprising in the circumstances. I straightened her sheet. "Can I get you anything?" "No, you're all right." She smiled at me. "I'm Mary. What's your name, love?" "Tara," I said, checking the chart at the end of her bed. "Beautiful name. Irish, isn't it?" I nodded. "I was named after my grandmother." I was about to tell her she reminded me of Gran when a porter appeared to wheel her bed down to theatre. Her cubicle was still empty when I left for the day. When I arrived this morning, I was immeasurably pleased to see her sitting up in bed nibbling a piece of toast, a hint of colour to her sunken cheeks. "As good as new," she said, gesturing to her right hip. "I now have more titanium than the Bionic Woman." And she giggled, and it was so infectious that I found myself giggling with her, and happiness darted.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?